Hi guys, it's the 14th of August 2019. I'm going to give you a technical analysis breakdown of some UK and US stocks. Let's get straight into it. Hi guys, it's Enny, aka the Noctrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Noctrader on all social media platforms. And if you check that description section below, you'll see a link to my mailing list. Join my mailing list to get all my latest videos directly straight into your inbox. I've also got a Discord group called Pip Talks where like-minded traders and investors discuss trading and investing. Join that. Join the Pip Talk Discord group in the link in the description section below. Let's get straight into it. So, I haven't posted a technical analysis report for about a week now because I was on holiday. I was in beautiful Tuscany at my friend's wedding, and spend a week away from the market, and I can't even. I don't want to swear. Beep! Stuff hits the fan. S. Well, I'm not gonna spell it out. Things hit the fan. You know what I mean. Yeah. So first of all, I'm gonna go to the DAX. The DAX is what I like to follow when crazy things happen in the market, and it's been wild. I don't know if I missed the opportunity or it's a saving grace, but if I just look at it straight away, this pop up was obviously DAX sold off because of all this talks about Trump in saying he was going to enact tariffs on Chinese goods, and then when we all found out, lo and behold, he said he might delay tariffs to near Christmas time. Lo and behold, it sounds like I was right. If you check my video on Trump, I actually said that Trump was never going to enact the tariffs. He's just been posturing because he wants to go back and forth with China until nearer the election times. But if you watch that video, I'll go into more depth as to what I thought about this whole trade deal fiasco with China, and what I really think the motives are behind prolonging the pain, for example. So the market recovered after news that he wasn't actually going to enact those tariffs for a while, maybe until before Christmas. And then all of a sudden, the market sold off again. Now, this sell-off was because the another inverted yield indicator had been triggered. So this time it was the 2-year, 10-year bond yield curves. They crossed over, which is another sign of a recession. Now, this happened around, I think, March, and the market sold off. But then at the end of the day, it's just an indicator. It doesn't mean recession is happening now. It just means that it's coming. So I don't know if this was a panic sell-off or if this is actually going to be held, or if the market's going to rebound. I think it probably will rebound. But it'll be interesting to see what happens from there. Now that I've gone into that, covered all the bases of what happened over the last week, let's get into some stocks. Now, as I've said before, I've got a short bias, and that's because recession's coming, so there's no point going long on the position and then something happens on the macro level that makes the whole market drag down. So I've got a short bias, and for that reason, I'm only really looking for short stocks. I'm not saying I want to take a long stock, but it's very unlikely because I don't want to be caught on the wrong side of a market sell-off. So straight to UK stocks. AAL. I called it here when it started selling off. I said it was going to sell off back to the resistance line. Done that, but I don't think it's done yet. I think it's going to sell off some more. If you look on the daily chart, we're at a very important position right now. So price was at 1864, and it's kind of been ricocheting between the support line of the ascending channel pattern and the resistance line the previous resistance and support line of 1864. So price has just been ricocheting here, and I think it's going to sell off. So the 180-day simple moving average is above price, obviously. MACD and RSI just look, the shape of them, this is just from experience, the shape of them looks like it's going to sell off some more. Even though it's oversold here, I feel like it's going to creep back into the oversold position and sell off some more. So I think this is going to be a good short. Once again, on the 4-hour chart, the MACD RSI both look like they're going to sell off. The price was trying to break out of the 15-day exponential moving average to the upside, but it couldn't, and it seems to be going down. I do think, as I said, it's going to be a sell-off. So AAL short. I haven't really done my analysis on most of these charts. I'm just kind of looking at them as we go along. Normally I write them down beforehand, but haven't this time. Boohoo selling off. You see a recurring theme here, guys. It hits the just shy of the 250 mark, and now it looks like it's selling off again. I'd say this is a short position. It would have been a great short position if it at that 240 point, but I still think it's going to sell off, and at least back to the 180-day simple moving average. MACD, RSI all showing signs of a sell-off. I'd say back to 180-day simple moving average on the daily chart, which will be about 23 pips. Short. Oh yes, guys, I did not tell you about my last trade, Gush. I took a long position in Gush, based off of the fact that it's been like it's been showing the signs of like a falling wedge, and I saw an opportunity to take advantage of this, and I took a long position around here. I can't remember what price I did, but what happened is that I set my stop loss too tight and it sold me out, so I lost about £160, something like that. But then I was so confident that it was going to pop up again, I re-entered, and it made me just over 200 and something pounds. I can't remember. So I could have made more if I'd just set my stop loss a little bit lower, but still I was happy with what I made from this trade, and it price just popped up. I believe it might do it again, but we'll see about that. Yeah, where was I? Okay, so stocks that I'm shorting right now. Let's go back to the daily chart. IAG, another one that I've been following for some time. This is another short from me, because staying on the daily chart, descending channel pattern, it broke out of it, and then it started staying true to this Fibonacci retracement. So Fibonacci from this peak at 605 to the recent low at 390, it's double topped at the 61.8 level, and now it's selling off, and I think it's going to continue selling off. MACD, RSI all showing sell-off signs, especially the MACD. I really like that. The gradient is curving downwards, and it looks like it's going to sell off some more. So I won't be surprised if price continues selling off, and the next level of importance, key level, would be about 256. I'm not assuming it will go all the way that way, but that'll be a nice healthy sell-off, and I think the sell-off's going to be quite gradual. So the next Fibonacci level is where I'd say would be the a good take profit point. Yeah, so IAG short. See a consistent theme here. Look at legal in general selling off, but I'm not getting into that. Okay, let's get into some US stocks. NEM, Newmont Mining. This is one that I've been following for some time. Never really entered the trade, but I've been following it, and I've seen how this pattern has been forming. It broke out to previous resistance at 4008, and it double topped. What's a double top a good sign of, guys? Short sell off. So I think it's gonna sell off. On the 4-hour chart, MACD looks like it's a weird pattern, but I've seen it before. I think it's gonna sell off. MACD doesn't really give me too much confidence actually, so I might have changed my mind on that. But I do think it's gonna sell off just because it's double topped, and just because of the overall state of the market. So I wouldn't be surprised if it if we go back to the daily. Let's go back to the daily. If it sold off all the way back to what's going on here, all the way back to this kind of support line at 297. So that would be a 800 pip move, and you could risk about 200. So that's 4-1. Not too bad. What else? What else we got? What else we got? To be honest, as I said, a lot of these stocks are shorts for me right now. Even Roku, the perennial green stock, looks like it's gonna start retracing. Tesla is another one. Tesla, good old friend Tesla. Tesla, on several accounts, I think is a sell-off. I've been right about Tesla most times with most of the positions I've said to take on Tesla. You know that whole saying, old supports become new resistances, and yada yada yada. The 188 simple moving average is curving down, which is a sign of a sell-off. Tesla climbed back to a previous resistance slash support of about 260, and then it drastically sold off after earnings. And I don't think that's the rest of its troubles yet. It's been kind of flirting with a, let me go down to the 4-hour chart. This price point at I think it's very important at 223, for example. It's kind of hit it once, hit it twice, and then finally broke through. And I don't think that's where it's going to end. Story's going to carry. It's going to carry on dropping down, and I think it's going to come back down to this kind of descending line that was a previous resistance. And I think it's going to come back and act as a support on here, maybe bounce back up from it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla, you could short it down to about 189, something like that, for a nice tidy profit, and then just set the stop loss just above that, this right shoulder here. And actually, Kaz, even though this is a UK stock, I'm all over the place today, guys. Sorry about that. Do you like my new camera? Leave a comment in the comment section. Kaz, one I've traded before, it was a short, and the short really went well. I think it's another short still. I don't think it's gone all the way down yet. The MACD, RSI, both kind of showing me signs that they're in the green territory, but I think the MACD is due a crossover. I think the MACD and signal line are going to cross over back into negative territory, and the RSI is going to sell off some more. First things first. The first thing I see is almost like a head and shoulders being formed here. So one of two things can happen, I think, in this situation. Price can either come up, ricochet back off of this old support line, and then sell off, or it could just start selling off from here. But either way, I believe it's selling off some more. The 15-day exponential moving average is acting as a resistance. Price tried to break out, couldn't do it, and it's made like this kind of wonky head and shoulders, which means that it could just sell off here, but you don't want to assume. I think it might go back up, hit this resistance line, and then sell off some more. But I think it's a short. So yeah, once again, check out my video that I made on Trump, because that kind of goes into why I think what is going on is what is going on. And as we say, technical analysis is not in a vacuum, especially in the current climates that we're in. Whatever's going on the macro level really affects the stocks right now. So we need to keep abreast of what's going on with recession indicators and trade wars and stuff like that, and tariffs and tweets from Trump. So I'd urge you to check that video out and see, and let me know your thoughts on it, and leave in the comment section below what other videos you think I should make. I'm hearing what you guys are saying as well. My course is nearly finished. I need time, guys. I need time, but it's nearly finished. But yeah, that's me, aka the Noctrader, signing out.